Hello, it's Paul Suellentrop of the Wichita Eagle and Kansas.com. I'm here with Daniel Allar of the Evansville Courier and Press. We're here in the Ford Center. After Wichita State scored 52 points in the second half to beat Evansville 82-65. Daniel, this game was kind of played on Evansville's terms for most of the first half. Is that the kind of game that they wanted?
I think so. I saw your tweet saying it was a slow, grinded-out game. I actually thought, in terms of Evansville's tempo on the offensive end, they were as fast as they normally are, maybe even a little faster, but they were able to keep the Shockers out of transition and make them play a grinding game on their offensive end. And I think Evansville they actually out-rebounded Wichita State in the first half, which I didn't expect, and was probably getting 60 or 70% of those 50-50 balls, so they came out with a little more energy, but obviously that turned around in the second half.
Yeah, I thought Evansville really played well the first probably 15, 16 minutes. Boy, Jaylen Brown is really fun to watch. And I think as Greg Marshall talked about in his post-game, he's really improved a lot. What have you seen kind of Jaylen Brown's progress to get to this point where he's scoring 28 against the Shockers?
I think it started last year when he was that third person, but there were glimpses where at times he took over the Northern Iowa game in the Arch Madness. He had 19 points, a lot of them in the second half, when they kind of needed someone to step up, and that was kind of a glimpse, and he's just ridden that confidence that he gained last year and has been plugged into a more scoring-heavy role and has done really well with it. He's still being fairly efficient, and even with his high volume of shots he's getting now. So he's a different sort of scorer than Ballantyne. I know a lot of people like to relate the good Evansville scores to the last ones. He's maybe a little bit better scoring off the dribble. Ballantyne could score on smaller guards in the post, where Brown's a better one-on-one creator. So slightly different types of scores, but they're doing some of the same things in Evansville's offense.
Really good mid-range jump shots, too.
Right.
I think you talked to the Evansville players about maybe what happened in the second half. Wichita State really played well on offense in the second half. Didn't have a turnover. Shot, what did they shoot in the second half? Boy, 66%. Yeah, 67%. Scored 52 points in the first half, and that didn't look possible at all at halftime. What was Evansville's take on how it got away from them?
I think what Marty Simmons said, Evansville's coach, said they kind of haven't had the right amount of toughness and grit whenever it starts to get away from them. That should be when ideally you lock in harder on defense, but there was a stretch there. I think it was only with about 9 minutes left where Evansville was still within a possession or two and missed a couple decent looks, and then Wichita turned around and scored, and then started that stretch where they finished 10 of 11 from the field down the stretch. That's how they finished the game. So Evansville quit trading baskets with him, and that's how it got to a 17-point mark. I think they got stretched out a little bit with Wichita hitting a bunch of threes to open the half, and then they kind of bullied them on the inside with Willis and Nerzier late in the game. They went into them a lot and were either scoring there or kicking out. So pretty balanced all-around offensive game, and then the no turnovers was really impressive too in the second half for Wichita State.
Yeah. Connor Frankamp made 3 threes in the second half. I thought that really played a big role in kind of loosening up that Evansville defense. Daniel, you got your first look at the Shockers in person. What did you think?
It was definitely different than I expected. I thought, they probably have more offensive weapons than the past. A bigger variety of that, but maybe don't have the same team toughness on the defensive end. I don't know if that's just a one-game takeaway, but I think they are still a good defensive team. But it seemed like Evansville this year was able to consistently get pretty good looks, and in the past couple of years I've covered Evansville, they have been bogged down and been pretty painful to watch against Wichita, where except for a couple 3 or 4 minute stretches, Evansville was consistently getting good shots, at least tonight. So
yeah, especially in the first half, I thought they really did a nice job of back cutting the Shockers and getting some good things going. Okay, that'll wrap it up. We're here at the Ford Center. Wichita State improves to 16-4, 6-1 in the Valley. Evansville's 10-10, 1-6. I guess we should mention Shaq Morris, his first double-double of his career, 17-10 for Morris, who moved back into the starting lineup. 82-65, that's your final. My thanks to Daniel of the Evansville Courier and Press. You can read all about it on his website, which is courierpress.com. Is that right?
Yes, that is
courierpress.com. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it.